Hello, it's Mohini Howard, and today I'm going to be cooking a really simple one-pot vegetable pilau made with tinned vegetables and some spices. This is going to be something that you can hopefully do quite quickly as a last-minute dinner. But also something that you can vary, so you can use the vegetables that you want. I've got here tinned peas, carrots and potato, but you can use other vegetables like sweet corn or green beans, add fresh vegetables, spring onions, peppers, whatever you like. The spices I'm using, again, this is the full selection of spices, but you can vary it depending on what you've got in the cupboard or what you prefer. Here I've got a teaspoon of cumin seeds. I've got about 5 or 6 cloves, whole cloves. Again, a few black peppercorns, whole black peppercorns. I've got 3 cardamon pods, green cardamon pods, and some cinnamon bark, and about half a teaspoon of turmeric. So those are the spices that we're going to be using. I've also got a bit of salt, some butter, half a chopped onion, some garlic, ginger and chilies. So this is the ginger before it's peeled and cubed, and I've cut it up just a small piece here. 2 cloves of garlic and a green chilli. You can leave these out if you want to. I've also got some flavourless oil, so any oil will do. And then lastly, I've got the rice. This is basmati rice, which I've washed and rinsed and soaked for about 10 minutes or so. And then I've just I've rinsed it and drained it and strained it. Okay, so we'll start. I've got here a casserole with a lid. Any saucepan with a lid will do for this. Let's turn the heat up, heat your saucepan, and I'm going to add the oil. So once the oil is heated through, I'm going to add my whole spices. So the cinnamon and the cloves and peppercorns and cardamom, and you can see that they're starting to sizzle. So then add your cumin seeds. Careful because they do pop. Okay, once they start doing that, sizzling, add onion. And turn the heat down. We're just softening the onion, okay, very quickly. While that's happening, I'm going to pound the garlic, ginger and chilies. So you can just chop these finely if you want to, or if you've got a herb mill and you want to use that, that's fine. I'm going to put them in this pestle and mortar. Okay, right. Add the garlic, ginger, chilli mix to your onions. And now add your turmeric and some salt, just not too much, and you can leave the salt out if you want to. Okay. Once that's mixed, we want to now add our vegetables. Normally we would need to cook these vegetables if they were fresh, but because they're from a tin, they're soft anyway, so you don't need to do that. And just gently stir them in. Okay, you've taken on the colour. Now add the butter if you're using it. Again, the butter's optional. Let that melt in. And now we're going to add the rice. This has been soaked for about 10 minutes, as I said, so it will need about another 10 minutes of cooking time, really. So gently just stir it in with the spices and the potatoes and peas and carrots. Look at that. And then I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit, just in readiness. To add boiled water. And we need the water just about half an inch above the rice. Above the level of the rice. Okay. Give it a gentle stir. And we're just waiting for that to come back up to the boil. Right, so now that it's coming up to the boil, just give it a really gentle stir so that all the vegetables can be mixed back in again. Really gentle so not to break the rice up. Turn the heat down, put the lid on, and that should be done in about 10 minutes. So while we're waiting for the rice to be done, let's make the raita. So for a really simple raita, I've got here a cup of plain yoghurt, got some sprigs of mint, some red onion, cucumber, and a teaspoon of cumin seeds. You can vary a raita, so you can add all sorts of other vegetables, carrots, radishes, you can add red peppers, you know, all sorts of different, whatever you fancy. And also you can use different spices, so you can use crushed mustard seeds, for example, or you can leave out the cumin altogether and add a little bit of turmeric or black pepper, or add coriander instead of the mint. Okay, so I'm just going to make a really simple one today, and the quickest way with the cumin is put it in the palm of your hand, and you can just crush it by rubbing it, and you'll still get the flavour of the cumin. Add a pinch of salt if you want to, and then I'm going to add a few mint leaves to mine, but you can add coriander if you want, or parsley, other flavourings, other herbs. Okay, so I'm just going to snip those in. Add the yoghurt. Yeah. Give it all a really good mix. And as you can see, I'm using the bowl that I'm going to be serving it in. As long as you're careful, that's absolutely fine. It'll save on the washing up as well. Okay, so that basically is the raita. It's a simple one. I'm just going to put a mint leaf there to decorate. It's cucumber and red onion raita. So the rice has been cooking now for about 10 minutes and we're going to see how that's doing. Let's switch the heat off. And yes, you can see that it's cooked. It's soaked up all of the liquid and you can see that it's doubled in size as well. So we're time to plate up. Okay. Serve it in a bowl. I think this would be enough for 4 people with probably some little bit left over for lunch the next day as a cold. And then the raita, a spoon. You can add, looks quite nice on top of some salad vegetables. Make it into a side dish. And you can also add a bit more, bit of mint to that on top. Okay, so here we have tinned vegetable pulao and a simple cucumber and red onion raita.